Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to be doing a very special video because I'm here on my Marvel Strike Force Alliance members Raid Shadow Legends account, this Rhythmic, who has recently started playing Raid, and they're at account level 43. What I want to do is I want to do a bit of an overview for him and also for other people watching. This is basically going to be, I think, how many days played now at this point? We're almost at about 28 days, so about 4 weeks in. He's going to be getting the 5 red soul for a Mikey. So I want to talk about and take a look under the hood on the account, where they're at so far, and what could be improved, especially on the gear side of things, which we'll be doing on the second half of the video. But before we get started with the rest of the video, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen or in the link below to get Karato Fox Hunter for free. And these amazing epics who we'll most definitely be talking about: Ugo, Tagore, and Deacon Armstrong at accounts level 15, 30, and 40. And of course, the amazing Void Legendary Tahanarak of the Barbarian factions by using the promo code Desert Queen within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. So, lots here. Let's take a look. So what I want to start with first is the Arbiter missions. So the first thing that you really should be doing on a new player account is just progressing as fast as you can on these Arbiter missions. So I want to take a look at where Dysrhythmic is at. So we're at about 132. Yeah, my square is blocking. This is 132 out of 286. So almost halfway, which is pretty good. There's going to be another Sacred Shards up for grab here. Win 5 Greater Force Potions from Stage 7. So this should be doable, I would think. Probably it's just a time-based thing because the keeps are only open certain days of the week. There's only 2 days of the week that they are, like every 3 days, I believe. And then we have some that are kind of already cleared, which is great. And then we have the Void Keep. This opens up on Sunday. So hopefully we can get a Force Keep done and then all this and then Void Keep on Sunday. And then basically it looks like that we have to go back here and do hard mode campaign. So I just want to kind of double check in there where they're at. So they're on brutal, but they haven't 3-starred everything. Let's take a look hard. I mean, this should be more than easy to do if you did, like, I'm not going to go into it, but you know, if you do, Mike, it has to be two people, by the way. You have to do like Mikey and Tahanarak because those are going to be the best characters. They're going to help you farm this. So in order to get your 3 stars on your campaign, that's what you have to do. What I'm curious about is brutal 12-3. Is this doable? Or is Dysrhythmic farming on hard mode? That's what I don't know. My question, and I'm going to burn 8 energy just to test this, not the full super raid. So can they... Oh shit, I should have added two food. My bad. The question is, can it be autoed? Right? That's what I'm kind of wondering, right? This is the goal that you want to get to... Actually, I should have done it with just... It should have just been Mikey, frankly. That's my bad. Can Mikey solo this entire thing? I hope so. Let's see. Because if they can, then obviously that's the best thing to do when it comes to farming food, right? And this is the number one most important thing for any new player account, is to get to the point where you're able to do this. Basically 2-3, and you're able to put it on auto. And it looks, yeah, okay. I kind of wasted 8 energy there, but definitely looks like the case. So hopefully he's doing that. But otherwise, make sure that you're doing 8-3. 12-3. And you're doing this brutal. Yep, we're doing that, and then doing it with 3 food, right? So getting your food up is really, really important, obviously, to getting your characters to 6-star. So let's pop up under the hood with I want to see clan boss. I don't know how they use any keys for clan boss. Where are we at? Easy, just easy. Are we at normal yet? Is that a 1 key? That's definitely a 1 key. What about normal? So that's where I would be curious. It looks like they haven't. Oh, they have to beat maybe not in a very good clan. I would be curious what kind of Demon Lord damage that they're able to do, which I don't know. But Demon Lord is the most important piece of content in Raid Shadow Legends. Having the progression on this is super, super important. So basically, building up your main team is going to be imperative. Now, one thing that I do want to point out for the team that they probably should be using, in my opinion, would be like more like this, I think. Kale, with the new promo codes that exist now, the links in the promo codes, Kale kind of becomes a little bit obsolete. And I don't really see that many other characters except for these that are even well worth it. So this would probably be the main team. Now, I want to kind of pop under the hood as far as gear goes, and maybe we can make some progress here. Maybe we can do a test run on the clan boss actually as well for arena. Always make sure that you're refreshing as much as you can, honestly, right, to get your wins, to get your easy wins or whatever. I'm not going to touch anything here because it looks like I don't want to ruin their mojo or whatever they're doing here with arena, but making sure that you refresh this as much as you can, get as many classic arena battles in, because this is going to be very important when it comes to getting the Arbiter mission done. And if I didn't make it clear, it looks like he's probably listened about this. You need to get 2 affinity bonuses to level 4, and then you need to get one of them to 10. So I would get both of these to 4, and then taking probably Spirit all the way up to 10 for Mikey, because Mikey's basically going to be the carry for quite a while. Honestly, one of the strongest early chase 7-day login champions this year. So that's what you would do. Well, where are we at there? Oh, it's 400 points. So basically, you probably have to take up this to 4, this to 3, that to 4, and then both to 4, right? Of course, for Arbiter. And I forget when that kicks in, but it's going to be definitely further down when it comes to that. Unlock a tier 3 mastery for 2 champions. Now that's something also I'm curious about when it comes to Minotaur Labyrinth. It looks like we're not at 15 yet, but maybe we might if we fix the gear. So gear is usually a problem for a lot of newer players, and that's what I am going to be looking at here. So let's just start here. Let's start with Mikey, because Mikey's always going to be the most important character who's going to be the carry. So we see a lot of crit, a lot of crit rate gear. I'm going to go for the easy stuff first, and that's the accessories. So we don't have a crit damage necklace, but we do have 12% crit on this necklace. Now, what I'm kind of curious at is whether or not we can roll this into a crit damage. Okay, we didn't for the Ascension. I know that he doesn't have a lot of Ascension stuff, so I don't want to blow too much here. But I was hoping maybe it'd land into crit damage, and it did not. Is there any other crit damage items? Not a lot of accessories to choose from, so not really. Obviously, something with attack would be better, but that's how the cookie crumbles, and it's free gear anyways that came with the Mikey chase anyways. That's a pretty good banner, actually. Accuracy banner. This is pretty good in the early game because accuracy is really important. What I want to take a look at is, can we get some speed on that? Take that to 8. HP, that kind of sucks. I'm going to hold off right now to 12, but I think the banner should probably go to level 12 as well. Do we have any glyphs? We do have some like +1 glyphs. We should use some of these. That's very easy. You know, they're quite abundant, so I would just do this ahead of time anyways. Did my game just die? There we go. So it's only 1%, but every little bit helps in this case. It's more stats. Even that, like all the 1% will help a little bit in my opinion. Is there any attack ones over here? That's flat attack. Is there attack percent? Yeah, I would do that as well. Maybe even the 2% actually, but will it land on 2? Will land on 2. Okay, so that's not bad. You know what? Hell, you know, like Mikey is going to be your best character for some time. It's only tier 1. You might as well add some more stats. Now, what I'm kind of concerned about is that the crit rate's only 91%. It's 3 pieces of 6 pieces of crit rate gear, but we do have speed boost. And actually, you know what? This is actually pretty good. One thing that I'm going to try and filter just on all the gear. Let's go into boots. Let's go reg 4, 5, 6. I don't know what the chances of that are. So let's do speed. And we do have a 5-star defensive boot. Do we have any 6s by chance? We have a 5-star speed boot. 5-star crit rate, but it doesn't 10%. I'm gonna remove. I know because last time I did this, people didn't like that. I'm gonna remove my cam box, right, so we can see all the gear here. So we got what we're using here is that 4-star boot. There's 10% crit damage and 3% crit rate. That being said, it's only a 4-star boot. There's a 5-star here, and this caps out at a 35 speed max. So that's not terrible for that extra crit stuff there. What I'm also wondering is whether or not I don't like these substats. They're not very good on this 5-star, so I don't know if that's actually worth it. So I might keep this gear piece, but we should take it to 12 because we need more speed. You need more speed. Like this should have been honestly more important than getting those accessories to 16, frankly. So we're taking that boost to 12. That's more speed. Speed is so important. I want to take a look at some of these other gear pieces because one thing that an easier way to cap out your damage honestly, and we don't want defense, a defense chest piece. This is really bad. So let's take a look on the gloves. Can we need to remove that, of course. So can we get any crit rate gloves? This is usually the easiest thing for new players is crit rate percent gloves. And even if we have to take a subpar set, how did we get a Slayer piece, actually? This is nice. Where did you get a Slayer piece from? That's crazy. Um, hmm. Interesting. This is definitely worth it. 6-star Slayer. Was this part of the Mikey login? Oh, and we got speed. That is really good. Okay, so we're gonna be changing this up. We're gonna be basically equipping this level 12 Slayer 6-star. It's gonna go all the way up to 60%. And what that means is basically, you know what? We're just gonna remove all of this other stuff. We're gonna remove it. We're gonna remove all of this and basically rebuild him essentially. And I should have saved the set actually, just so I could see what the before and after was. That's my bad. So we're already starting at 65% crit rate with just this, but honestly, if it goes up to level 16, it would be an additional 21%. So that would get us all the way up to about a 86% crit rate, which means we only in the masteries do we have the right? We do. Okay, so the right crit rate there. That's fine. That's good. Um, and we need about what was that 65 plus 21, 86. We need 14% from the 5 other pieces of gear, which should be more than fine. I do like this. Let's see. I'm gonna actually see whether or not will it give us a crit. Oh, that is really nice. Attack percent ascension. This is really good. So I'm gonna actually do it to level 2. That's an additional 6% attack. That's really nice. Okay, so let's see what else we can do. We also got a one piece. Where did this even come from? I didn't even know a new player could even get that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's go for a body piece. Let's go for attack percentage and see what do we have to work with, because that's going to be the most important stuff. Ranks 4, 5, 6 would be great. We do have crit damage. Okay, so that's not too bad. We do have a Slayer. Where hold on, hold the phone. Where did this stuff come from? Where did this stuff come from? I'm pretty sure we have not had a Slayer Forge Pass in some time. This is really good. This is really good. Like, we're gonna send. Am I gonna get a good one here? Accuracy. That's not bad for Mikey. Could have been better, but this is a really good piece. We're gonna get crit damage from that as well. So that's a nice 2-piece there. We got 15% additional crit damage. Plus, this is full attack, which is what we want out of Mikey. We need to go back to the boots. I forgot. I shouldn't have removed the boots actually, because we just had that. So the speed boots. What were we using again? Take off the chest piece. What did I? There. Oh, for nope. Sorry, non-attack percentage. We want that. Yeah, there we go. Speed. So what we were using? This crit rate stuff. Okay, so that one's not bad, right? That's fine. So we can find a second one, a second piece of crit rate to use for that on the other pieces. So one of these, we should be able to find a crit rate item here, right? So what's the best item that we have here? 11% crit. That's over crit actually, but it might be it has speed on it, so it might be okay. This one has crit damage, and a little bit of attack. I'm just wondering, as far as the substats go on some of these other ones, we have crit and speed. This one, did this also have speed? It did. Accuracy, crit rate. You know, it's a lot of crit rate, but it might be the best of the bunch. So we're gonna go with. I think we're gonna go with this, but it's basically we've crit capped now at this point. If we do a couple of more levels up on this, then we're at 93% right now for crit rate. So that's gonna be pretty good there, and we can level this up by. I know that's gonna cost a lot. We're at 95. So I'm gonna let him do this because it could be quite expensive, and it's better to do this on gear enhancement to get this up to level 16 for the milestone points. But let's just assume we're pretty close to crit cap. The crit damage is gonna get up there. So now what we have left is the weapon and helmet. And what would be good is getting a little bit more accuracy. But this banner, getting this banner to 16 will really help that accuracy out. But we're gonna do weapons and helm. We're also gonna do, let's do ranks 4, 5, 6 again, and then let's do substats speed, because this is pretty important. So we do actually have a set of, oh, that's nice actually, a 5-star set speed. We want more speed. This is going to be really important. Also attack percentage. What does this have? speed and defense, so not the best, but I mean, this is still pretty good. The only thing else, what other combos could we do here? That's actually a decent standalone item. It does have 9 speed on it as well, so maybe this might be worth using just as a standalone piece. That's what I'm curious about. There's not a whole lot of other options though. It is actually a pretty good. It's a pretty good piece. It's got 13% crit damage, and now that we are pretty much crit capped, this will be pretty helpful. So we're not going to be able to build a full set of stuff because obviously as a new player account, there's just very little option when it comes to gear. So let's see if we can find a gear, just a single standalone item that has a lot of speed on it. So we have 4-star gear, 5-star gear here actually. Do we have anything else? Speed and crit. Speed crits. Do we have any attack percent maybe? No, that's crap. Speed and crit damage. Okay, 4-star, only 3 speed though. 3 speed, 3 attack percent. Let's just roll this and see if we get to level 8. Do we get 2 roll? Oh, we got 2 hits into speed. This is really nice. Okay, so we're going to use this standalone. Unfortunately, that only takes us up to 160 speed. Could this be a lot better? It definitely could. Right, but we're kind of dealing with, blue and some low star purple gear. So it's not the best. But once we can get once we can get these boots to level 16, we're going to get an additional 13 speed out of that. So that's going to bring our total up to 173, which I don't know what he was using before, but I got to think that this is probably better than, we could filter this preset manager. I don't know. He didn't actually have a save set. So I think this is better than what he was using before. So we're going to save this over here. We're going to save this whole set, Mikey DPS gear. We're going to save this into the global preset in case he wants to change this to other characters for faction crypts and stuff like that. So we have Mikey done, and I think that's okay so far. The other things I would do is would just level this up a little bit more. These to 16 to 16 and to 16 when he's got the silver to be able to do that. And I think that'll be a pretty big change, honestly. And we have a 5 red coming in not too soon, which will help on the accuracy side of things because it's plus 60. Speaking of the blessings, I did take a look at this, and this is a personal opinion as a new player. I would maybe consider changing to Brimstone. I think having a Brimstone on your team for PvE progression is really, really nice. Nature's Wrath is really good because of what it does, but I think overall when it comes to Demon Lord, when it comes to PvE bosses, that actually Smite is going to make a bigger difference, I think, in that. But once we get the 5 red blessing to whichever one it is, an extra 75 accuracy is going to be really, really nice. So that's going to bring that up to about 200 or so. And then with the levels up on this banner, honestly, it's probably fine as far as accuracy goes. Getting up a little bit more speed over time is something that we would improve upon. Do we have any relics yet? I guess that maybe hasn't been unlocked yet once Chimera. I think that's account level 45. Let's take a look at Tahanarak. Okay, so Tahanarak scales off of defense. But as a support character, you do want to make sure that they do have a good amount of speed as well because of the passive, right? Removes random debuffs from all allies at the start of the turn. So I'm kind of looking at 141 speed. We have defense boots. It's been unfortunate. And perception 6-star. This sounds like the Mikey. This is the Mikey chase gear. It just was unfortunate with the what gear that it was. So almost always you want to have speed boots. Now, the problem here, of course, what I'm going to do is what I should have done with Mikey is I'm going to save this for just now. Tahanarak old. And we're going to save this here to see what the difference is after I make the changes. Let's see the rings. Not a lot of options here. We don't have any necklaces, unfortunately, to give to Tahanarak. That's something that would be nice off the event dungeons. Or the spider boss. We do have a 4-piece speed, though. We have defense flat. Now, one thing, and I don't know if they heard me talk about this, but flat stats is bad. That being said, there might not be many other good options. So what we're going to be taking a look at is, first of all, speed. We need to go back to speed boots. Everyone needs speed boots. I just want to see what happens when we break. Tahanarak's accuracy is also pretty low. So if we break this perception set, unfortunately, we are not going to, well, the speed, okay, so the accuracy is going to crater significantly. So that's a bit of a problem here. But what we can do, and even, there's actually, you know what? There's 5-star defense boots. Has accuracy on it as well. Let's roll this up to 8. See what happens here. We got some accuracy on that, and some resistance. That's not bad, actually. So what we're gonna do, we are gonna break the set because I really don't like not having speed boots on every single character. But because what I would do is I would either do that or this, but this one has extra accuracy on it. I mean, this could no, yeah, this didn't roll up to accuracy recently. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna break this. We're gonna do that. That means we broke the shield. And the shield doesn't actually contain any accuracy, so I'm not a big fan of this piece. I got to be honest. So I'm gonna remove this for just now. Maybe it'll end up being the best. I don't like this resist piece, so we're gonna remove that as well. What does this have? More resistance and attack percent, defense percent. What is this? Accuracy, speed. Okay. Let's just we'll come back. We'll come back to this, right? So the top stats that you're gonna want with Tahanarak is basically speed, a little bit of accuracy to obviously land stuff. So that's really important to land her debuffs because her stuff is important. Let's take that away. Let's do let's just see 4, 5, 6 gear. Let's take a look at body pieces. Let's take a look at see if there's any primary stat defense percentage. That's what I would like to look at first. We do have a little bit with Savage, really, with speed on it, really interesting. But unfortunately, we need some accuracy. What about an accuracy main stat? This is usually not ideal, but 12. Anything with speed on it? Nope. 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 It's okay. I would prefer defense percent though. So let's see. It's a decent standalone item, honestly, with 11 speed on it. So I am gonna take it for just now, right? That's what because I think that's gonna scale really well. Is there anything else? We don't really need crit. She's not a damage dealer, so I'm gonna take that savage piece for just the moment. And it's probably not, we're not going to make a savage set out of this, that's for sure. Let's primary set. Look, let's go to the gloves. In gloves, I would either take HP percent or defense percent at this point. Let's remove the body pieces. So let's see what we can get out of defense percent. There's not a whole lot of items here, but there is some speed there. Now the problem is though is that we need to actually start making some accuracy stuff, I think. So let's roll up to level 8. See if we get any speed rolls on this. We got 1. It's not bad. Actually, I would take it. So let's take this for just now. There's this kind of mantra where, if you don't have a lot of good stuff, especially in the early game, it's called stats. It's called stats over sets, which means if you have good items that have good stats on it, it's better than trying to force a set that is crap, in my opinion. Let's take a look at HP percent though, because there might be something. No, okay, never mind. there's not much here in the way of that, but that's unfortunate. We got that. Yeah, nothing really good there. So I think this is okay, but we need some accuracy. So here's what we're gonna have to do. We need the top 3 rows. We need substats accuracy. Like maybe speed can be dealt with later, but we need some items with accuracy. So 18. We might have to go with that. That one's not bad. We had that before, I believe. And then a shield with accuracy. Okay, so the question is, I guess we have that. Oh, 25 accuracy. I mean, Tahanarak is not really a savage type of character here, but let's see. Cool. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's do. Let's do this because I remember seeing a perception shield, right, that we took off. That's pretty nice. Okay, so let's. I'm not gonna roll it up to 12 just yet, but let's take the 8. Let's take the perception, and then I guess the reason why it's not showing up is because it doesn't have its accuracy substat, right? And so if we go down here to the perception set, down here, that will give us the increased speed a little bit and also the increased accuracy. So I think we're going to equip that. And I guess what's left over is, can we maybe find something decent on the headpieces? So 4, 5, 6. And then what do we have to work with? Do we have anything? Oh, there's more Slayer items. That's funny. Do we have anything in the defense category? We do. Doesn't have accuracy, but it does have speed. Question is, do we have anything that has a lot of accuracy? I wonder. Like 2. Oh, we do have that savage. 25 accuracy. That is quite a bit. We need more accuracy for Tahanarak. Does Tahanarak have masteries? Oh, we went down the wrong side, I think. Dysrhythmic. I think we want these ones. We want this pinpoint accuracy is what would be better, and then charged focus and this one here, Swarm Sitter, would have been much better on the right-hand side to get all those accuracy-related masteries. What we can do is eventually you will get some necklaces that has accuracy. And I think that this would be pretty important to finding a decent necklace that has additional accuracy. That's where you can make it up. Or of course the banners, right? You don't have any, actually you do. You have a Barbarian accuracy banner here. So while it's only a 3-star, it would definitely help, even though we can't use it just yet. So that is possible to make up later once Tahanarak is level 60. So I think what I might do here, I'm thinking of doing this for the speed, honestly. It also creates a set, which is not super important, but the 6 speed is nice. Accuracy is a little bit low, though. But I hope that we can kind of make that up a little bit. I'm also wondering, just in general, if we take a look at some of these items here, speed, we can add a little bit more speed as well. Some of these 1-star glyphs, you know, it's not a lot, but every little bit is going to help here. Some accuracy here as well. Do we have? Yeah, we do. Now it's not a ton, like it's only 1 to 2 accuracy here on the tier 1 glyphs. But again, I think if you have some of this sitting around, you should use it. Every little bit is going to count. Do we have speed there? We have some accuracy and speed here. So again, we can apply some of these glyphs. And the kind of general rule of thumb when it comes to how much accuracy you need, it's going to be basically that you need a 10 per stage. So if you're running like stage 10, you kind of want to run 100 accuracy. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue, but hopefully we can make that up later. Maybe on the additional rolls here when these items get leveled up. You know, like taking this to level 12, right, is going to get her speed up quite a bit more. So, I mean, I kind of want to do that just now. How much? 380k, but honestly, I think it's worth it. Did we just get a roll? We got another roll into accuracy, actually, which is pretty good. So this is well worth it. We got more speed. We're up to about 162 speed on Tahanarak. So I think that this is a pretty big improvement. I'm wondering, I'm gonna save this actually. Save this set. We're gonna filter preset manager Tahanarak old, Tahanarak new, and I want to kind of compare them and see what the difference was here. So if we go over to Tahanarak old, so you can see here that actually we gained about 400 defense. This one had more HP, but we gained about 22 speed, and we gained or sorry, this is the old one, and we gained 33 accuracy. So I think this is an improvement. And while we are, so we're up 400 in defense, yeah. So I mean, I think this is a better. This is definitely a better set. I mean, for what we can work with, anyways. The other ones, oh, we have like level 1 to Tahanarak, Karato stuff here. Kale, level, oh, boots. Okay, so everybody should be running speed boots. Okay, even if we have to break a set. All right, so we're dropping this, and we'll keep that lifesteal set. Actually, that's really good. Attack 50%. Wow. Okay, but what we have to do is we have to give everybody speed boots. So 4, 5, 6. Do the same thing again. Speed. Okay, and we have this piece, right? Even that's well worth it. Boom, right there will make a significant difference. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's fine. I'm not going to touch it too much because I don't know how much DPS gear, honestly, we can do with this. This is a starter gear that you get, which is actually pretty good for Kale. We bumped him up to about 151 speed, which is pretty nice. His accuracy is kind of garbage, though, so that's kind of a little bit of a concern that I would have. What kind of other speed gear do we have for gloves? Can we at least filter that, maybe? Might be some better stuff here, yeah. Pretty much. I think even this flat attack would frankly be better. Lose force speed, but gain some accuracy. I would probably take this, honestly. It's 125 more attack, 4 less speed. We just gained the speed from the boots anyways, so we're gonna trade that in here. But I'm not gonna make a significant change to Kale just now. So let's check out Ugo. Oh, we got some like really like non-leveled gear here. Defense boots. Ugh. Okay, we do got speed boots on Deacon Armstrong though. That's something. But the gear is really low level stuff, right? We got some relentless here on Corrado Fox Hunter on HP, right? He's an attack based champion, so a lot of this just is not. That's okay. I mean, we got some attack percent. It would be better, obviously, if they were crit. So that's what I was still looking to. Corrado's kind of a subpar character, honestly. His damage is not super amazing. What I would focus on more is Deacon Armstrong and Ugo here. But let's take a look here. So Deacon Armstrong does have some speed boost. That's good. I'm going to leave it like that. We got that as well. The attack percent doesn't really matter too much. The main focus for Deacon is going to be speed and accuracy, which he's got about 160 speed, which is pretty decent for his level, and 87 accuracy isn't terrible either. But these need to level up, right? You need to like level them up a bit. So can we get more speed out of this? Probably. Okay, I thought we would get speed, guys. We did not somehow. And then that's actually not bad. Accuracy main stat can be okay, right? I mean, it's pretty important, I would say. So we get to level 8. Didn't cost too much. We got some additional defense stats, but the extra accuracy is going to be quite helpful there, I think, as well. He's not really a damage dealer type character. We got some more speed. We got some more speed. Honestly, they're pretty good items. I would roll them up to 8 to try and see if we get an extra speed to hit on that one. We did not. We got crit damage where we're not even that high in crit rate, but that's okay, right? It could be a lot worse. So the main stat to focus on for Deacon Armstrong is going to be speed and accuracy, and any additional survivability from HP and defense that he gets along the way will be good. And of course, any necklaces that would give additional accuracy for him as well. Let's take a look at Ugo, because I do think that Ugo should be given some time. I think that Ugo is a pretty good character, and I use Ugo every single day. So let's take a look at some of the stuff we got going on. We got a 2 accuracy and 4. 4 of that. We have defense 33%. I just need more speed, right? I'm surprised you got up that high anyways. Can we do something about this? There was more speed boots, no? I think there was actually speed artifact speed boots. So there was. It's a 5-star. And it's gray. But honestly, this is a huge difference. This is even, it's going to be accuracy. You know what? Honestly, it's not bad, right? The defense stat's going to take a bit of a dive, but the speed's going to go up. We're keeping the set bonus. That's fine. This one's actually okay. 8 speed, that's nice. Defense 19%. I mean, that could go a bit higher in terms of making up for the defense lost. That's kind of okay. This one's not so good. Can we fix that at all? Can we fix the headpiece? Let's see. Yeah, we can actually. Yeah, I mean it's not the best, but hey, it's already leveled up. So let's do that. And then the gloves, crit rate is not the best, but the set is okay. What about this one? No, that's flat attack. Okay, so it might be the best for what they have right now, and especially if you're just doing that. These are good substats, accuracy and speed. Let's roll this up to 8. We got both, which is great. The top 2 that we want, accuracy and speed. These are speed, right? You could put some glyphs on these as well, which would actually add a little bit more of everything, right? Like even just some additional accuracy. If we can get everyone up to about 100 accuracy, that would be really good. I know Ugo's sitting here at 74, so could use a little bit more work on the accuracy side of things, but there we go. You know, one more speed on all these characters. So all this will add up. Like we're at 170 speed already on Ugo, which is pretty good. I'll leave that up to him to be able to add some more of these glyphs in. But actually, it's really not so bad here. And we do have some additional. There's an Ogren chronophage accuracy with some speed banner when eventually Ugo gets to 60. And finally, let's look at Tagore. So Tagore has atrocious speed. Holy crap. So Tagore doesn't need any accuracy, which is fine. But this speed is atrocious. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's start somewhere. HP percent, that's fine. This is not fine. This is not good. We need to, once again, we need to drop this. We need to get some speed boots, right? Everybody needs speed boots. Hopefully you understood the mantra by now. So let's do that. What do we have for availability? We don't have a lot. We do have the speed. We have the there's defense percentage, 4-star, 5-star. I mean, at this point, I think 4-star immortal actually. So that might be okay. Let's defense percent. It's okay. Let's take this up to 8. I mean, immortal is a good set, so I would probably just take that for just now. Let's add that in there. HP percent, that's nice. But unfortunately, there's just not a lot of good substats here in speed. This one's okay. Maybe we need to drop this. Can we get like an immortal piece of gloves? Is that available? Is there something there? There is. Okay, so what do we have? Defense, HP percent, 4-star with some speed actually. So let's do that. Let's roll that up to level 8. And we did get some speed. Okay, that's not bad. So we got 6 immortal. Actually, it's not terrible. There. We're missing a little bit of speed. We could do more. I think we need to get this boots eventually up to level 16. That'll give us another 19 speed, so that'll help quite a bit. You know, going up from 128 to almost 150. And yeah, I mean, I guess from there it's a bit tough because you would either need to focus on a mortal set or you would focus on just the speed artifact set, which you would get from the dragon dungeon drops. So getting higher, maybe 4-star, 5-star versions of that would help to be able to get your speed up a little bit more because that speed needs to go up with Tagore. And then finally with Corrado, and honestly, these are not very good stats either, but the gear should be leveled up, frankly. But I don't like this. Again, I don't like not having a main stat boost. I don't think that this Relentless is going to make a big difference since they're sitting at level 0. So we're going to remove all this. We're going to find some speed boots. We're going to keep this. This should go up to level 8. Of course, more speed, more accuracy. Great. We like those stats. And their attack percent anyway. So these are actually pretty decent stats here. What I don't like is that as a DPS character, you want to get to as high as to 100% crit as possible. But your main gear is on Mikey, so this might not be doable. So kind of is what it is at this point, I think. And we need to kind of call your gear, honestly. We need to sell that shit. A lot of gear to sell. Let's go and find another pair of speed boots. 4, 5, 6. I don't think we have a whole lot left, but we do have this crit rate, right? So and also the speed. But let's go with this crit rate one. This might actually help a little bit. Let's roll this up to level 8. And unfortunately, it's resistance, but the speed is going to help. And then maybe with the other spots, we can find some decent items. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Can we find, do we have any crit rate? We do have this, speed and crit rate. That's good. Actually, let's roll that up to level 8 as well. Let's take that. We got one on each. That's fine. Okay, so now we're up to 45% crit rate. Can we get, what I'm wondering, can we do a little bit more? So can we do 10 speed? Wow, okay. Now, can we get a shield to fill that in? Is that possible? Or maybe a glove. Shield or gloves. Let's remove the substats. What does he have available? Crit damage. Hmm. Okay. We're gonna break the speed artifact set, but huh. It's only 4-star though. There's an a speed artifact. Ooh, a really nice speed artifact shield actually. So we can roll this up. Oh, that's gonna be nice. So we can equip that, and then we can maybe use this. Now it's not crit rate, but this one. Or is there? Can we find a crit rate shield that might actually? We're not going to fulfill the second set, but if we can do this, primary stats crit rate. What do we have available here? We do have one of these. There's just some speed on that lifesteal gauntlets. Attack accuracy. Oh, we have this savage beast. That's pretty good. 13% attack actually. There we go. Okay. Now again, it's we got 92% crit. That's pretty nice. If we got a couple more levels on this gloves, we'd be at 100%. So that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty big improvement there. Honestly, we get some more level ups on the speed boots to get more speed for all your characters. And I think we've made some good progress on a lot of your characters. Honestly, I think we have something to work with here. And so I would really encourage maybe running. You know, I'm going to test it myself. So we're going to go in here and we're going to do Demon Lord. And since he's already mastered Demon Lord easy, I want to go in here and test Demon Lord normal with all the changes that we made. So let's go in here and we're going to end the video this way. Wow, are we really already at 38 minutes? Holy cow, guys. I apologize for that. So we're going to go in. You know what? Maybe, yeah, we're going to leave Corrado out for just now. Oh, we can quick battle. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Oh, because he's in a crappy clan, so he can't go up to hard mode. Oh, I understand now. Okay, well, let's sim it anyways and see what happens. Right? Let's do that. Okay, let's see what happens on normal mode, right? This is the new... So he's already beat it before. 6.4 million damage with Mikey doing the vast majority of this. Kale doing a little bit more. But wow, yeah, that's pretty funny, actually, I think. 4.6 million. Poor Kale. Okay, so 6.4 million. Now, where is that on normal? That is well exceeding the sim there. We should be getting into hard mode, but I think that Disarrhythmic needs to find a better clan. so that you can kind of move up on Demon Lord, because that's going to be really, really important. Looks like he's in probably like a clan by himself. I think so. Not a very good clan. I think that's what we'll have to do next. But I'm pretty happy with these changes. I think that it's going to make a pretty significant difference. I kind of want to run it on, where are we at in terms of dungeon progress? Stage 10. Can we do stage 13? Because that would go up to 4 to 6 star gear. And that would be pretty big. So I kind of want to see what kind of progression we're at. We're at stage 9 on Spider. Let's see if we can run Minotaur's Labyrinth at 15. That's what I would be curious about as well. So I am going to be running for this Ugo. I want to run Ugo here, and I think the rest should be okay. Speed, Aura, Speed Lead, that's fine. Let's just do the first one. I want to see if this autos actually. So I want to see, with the improvements that we've made, if we can actually do this here. So let's see if this will auto out, because I think if you're able to farm or even clear, Minotaur 15 is going to make a significant difference when it comes to being able to farm your masteries, because it makes it easier to be able to do it this way, right? Making sure that you are able to do this. So let's just see. You can also change your AI as well to basically use only certain skills on certain waves, and that when you're kind of not clearing it super fast, this might be the way to go about it. Oh wow, okay, that hit them pretty hard actually. Oh, okay, so that's not ideal actually. That's not ideal. I wonder if Mikey and Tahanarak can just solo it, but let's see. Like, Mikey's just wrecking everybody. I mean, I guess the question is, if Mikey and Tahanarak can actually kill it themselves, then that's still a win. I mean, Ugo's still hanging in there. But this is where it's going to matter, because once the Minotaur, if the Minotaur takes turns, which I think he might, then after 3 turns, he takes enhanced damage, right? So as long as they can survive this, which I think at least Mikey and Tahanarak will, and that's why Tahanarak's so good there with the cleansing. Looks like Ugo's gonna die, but they might be able to do it just the 2 of them. I think it's just gonna be Tahanarak and Mikey at the end here, which is fine, right? This is okay as long as it's clearable. Then it's just not great time wise until everyone else is kind of at 60 or whatnot. But yeah, it looks like they're not taking nearly enough damage, and I think that Tahanarak and Mikey are gonna clear it. We got a slow down on the Minotaur from Tahanarak, which is good. We got an attack down. Yeah, this is definitely auto territory, which is really good. So we got that. And the other thing that I want to test, because I'm not gonna do the other more hardcore dungeons, and by that I mean like Fire Knight and Ice Golem. But there we are. We got a clear for Minotaur Labyrinth 15, which was not doable before. But I want to do Dragon's Lair. Let's do 13, because this is a pretty big progression node for 4 to 6 star, and I want to see if this is possible. Now we're going to include Deacon Armstrong, Karato, and you know what? Let's try Karato. No, let's do Takeover, I guess. Right? Let's just do the one. Oh wait, we need Takeover. We need Kale, don't we? Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh shit! I should have had Deacon in the main slot. That's my bad. Okay, let's see though what ends up happening there. So Mikey's doing tons of damage, and I think there's room for improvement on on Mikey's gear set as well, right? I think the crit rate was not quite at 100%. I think some of the gear could go to level 16, so that's something that would be to finish up doing, is basically leveling up the gear to level 16. Okay, so there, I feel like this is the Mikey and Tahanarak show. And Ugo actually, just like the Minotaur, was also surviving a bit. So Mikey's just going around soloing everyone. And as long as Tahanarak doesn't die, I mean, I guess that's okay. I think this is kind of funny, though. You know, Mikey gets those shields every time he gets hit. So, I mean, this isn't ideal, but I'm curious. You can't slow the dragon, of course. This is where Brimstone would be good with Mikey, and why I would maybe consider doing this. I would consider putting a Brimstone Blessing on in the early game, early and mid game for Mikey. My Mikey has Brimstone. Nature's Wrath does do a little bit more damage, but I think as far as progression for dungeons go, Brimstone would be really good. Tahanarak's really good for the dungeon bot, the dragon bot. Like, look at that, just cleansing all those debuffs is really, really nice. any of those attack downs are going to get cleansed once she takes her turn as well. So again, really, really good here. And it looks like, yep, I mean, Ugo might die, but, you know, Mikey and Tahanarak are just going to basically solo everything. So it's not fast. I mean, we're looking at a clear time of like 2 minutes, maybe. But it's still progression, right? And so I think that's really good. And we made some big improvements. After some of that gear gets leveled up, I think we're going to see some even more improvements. And I would focus on, obviously, with Mikey and Tahanarak as your two main ones, and then level up the gear on the other characters later. So this video has gone on for quite a while, more than I expected, honestly, but I hope that this might help some of you guys as well. I wanted to do this new player takeover, account takeover, and yeah, hopefully somebody learned something here, and how to build characters, and especially the new ones that come alongside the QR code, which I'm going to remind people about now, so we can get Karato, Fox Hunter, some of these characters that we've been talking about in today's video, including Ugo, Tagore, and Deacon Armstrong for a brand new account, alt account, whichever you'd like to do. You know, and then don't forget, we just saw the powerhouse that is the Void Legendary Tahanarak. So all these characters that you will be getting by using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen. Make sure you use the promo code Desert Queen as well to get Tahanarak. So that's going to be it for now, everybody, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.